Hello everyone and welcome back. Guys, in today's video we are going to be repurposing this old iPad LCD, which comes from an iPad 2. If you watched the last video where we turned this into a monitor, didn't quite go to plan. In the fact, we did make it work, but it wasn't my fault. I promise. It was due to a faulty board. But we've got this different board, which we saved a day in the last episode. But today, this is the build of turning this LCD into a photo frame, which will also be able to display HDMI, USB, and even TV input for an aerial. And that's going to be from the use of this very special board that we have right here. So this is a driver board that is paired up with this LCD screen in a way, which I mean, on the back of here, there is, if I get it the right way up, a LP number. And that LP number is the reference number for that screen. And this driver board works. So it comes with the buttons. That's the actual cable to plug it into the back of the LCD. But this magic piece of kit will help us get there. So you can see the HDMI, VGA, there's audio inputs, USB, and aerial. So we are going to have to get this into a custom photo frame. So we're going to try and make the frame ourselves. But first, what that means is we are going to need a frame that is not also big enough to fit this, but also thick enough to be able to fit the board, etc., into the back. So we're going to have to think outside the box on this one. So I'm going to have to go get a photo frame. So I popped out to the shop and I bought myself a photo frame. Now, there was many to pick from, but the one I decided to go with was this box frame right here. And the reason I said for a box frame, you can see the bit of foam in here which separates the glass from the back, because you get that space. So we're going to use this. The problem is obviously 8x10 is going to be too big for the screen and 6x8 is actually too small. So we have to do some cutting. So first things first, when taking this apart, we need to make sure we measure the screen correctly. So when we take this apart, we know what size to cut this bit to, because it needs to be big enough to fit that. So I went ahead and I measured the screen, and here is one I made earlier, which I did the measuring and cutting. When you're doing the cutting, just make sure that you are using like a Stanley knife or something along those lines to be able to do it with, so it's nice and sharp. Draw it out with a pen on the back side that you do not want to use, so if it does show, it doesn't matter. And now this fits perfectly around the edge of this screen. It shows the whole screen perfectly and nothing else. So we're all good to go. But this is only going to be the easiest step. We're going to have to get this to stick on here firstly, which we will use double-sided sticky tape, I believe. They've just used adhesive, obviously, Apple beforehand. So we're going to use double-sided sticky tape, and we're probably going to have to overlap it slightly on these edges because there's not much of a gap. This side is fine. But we can get ahead and do that. Okay, I'm all done with the double-sided sticky tape. And now it is the tedious bit of trying to peel this away. I have trimmed a little bit the edges off as well because, yeah, it was overhanging way too much. So I'll get this unpeeled. I do remember this double-sided sticky tape always being a pain. This particular one, not all double-sided sticky tape, this particular one, so I've had to use 2 pairs of tweezers just to be able to get these off. It's a massive pain. Okay guys, so I've done that bit, and you've probably realised this by now, but I am the least craftiest person that you can imagine, and to do this. So doing this is a challenge in itself. So apologies if I upset a load of people while doing this. And now we just need to stick this to this, which is easier said than done because you can only get it wrong once, right? It's lining up the corners first. It's about there. Okay, that took me a while to line it up, but I did it. And it's in there. That's the most important thing. But what we want to do is give that screen a very, very good clean before we do anything else with it. So wherever and handle it, there's fingerprints and everything all over it. Just be very careful this, because just remember you are touching a very naked LCD with nothing else over the top of it. Make sure some dust is gone and we're all good. Now we need to put this to one side because we need to figure out how we're going to fit this screen in there while also fitting this in here. So we'll take this out first because the screen is going to have to go in first no matter what. We may end up, by the way, having to move this around in here or turn it around because we don't know what way the screen is going to turn on yet. So we might have to adjust it. So we could just turn the frame around actually because it's only a one way. Let's just have a quick look at this before we do that. That looks good, actually. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. That will look fantastic. It's done. So I made the rookie error there of putting it the wrong way around. So we need to figure out how we're going to get all of these boards in here while also being able to access everything. So that's not so much a thing. That's going to plug into there anyway. This, again, is just a spare board, so that doesn't really matter where it goes. We just want to stick that somewhere where it's also not going to short itself out as such. So there's not any exposed components on the back of that board, so we'd probably be all right to stick that on the actual frame itself. It's these. Look at all of this. We do not want to short any of this out, so we're probably best to put something behind this to stop it from shorting. So we're going to have to find something to do that with and just to stick over this because this is a metal frame and we do not want to short the board out as soon as we plug it in. Okay, so I've stuck some cardboard just to the back just for now, just so it doesn't bridge anything and create any shorts. I've got to get this out for a minute because I thought before we start modifying this any further, let's just make sure that the screen is actually going to work again, which there's no reason why it shouldn't because we used it in the last video. And this with this board as well. Make sure that's in. And then put that there like that. Plug this DC cable in, which goes in the actual board itself down here. And then, oh, there's an LED power switch there. Look, there's LED. And there is power. Is it going to play me up today? Oh, the LED. No, there you go. There you go. We're good. Okay, so it actually goes around the other way. So the power connector is at the top of the screen and the way it's going to face. You could probably play with the orientation on here as well because there are some different like modes and stuff. So there's a menu. You can go to AV, TV. So what's the menu? It's all in Chinese, which we're not going to be able to figure out. What's that do? Don't know what that is. Okay, but that's menu. I'm guessing these are going to be like moving around. So I have no idea what any of this says. So I'm going to have to figure out how to turn this to English, really, aren't I? There's USB, so that's the settings and stuff. So do I then click the channel buttons? Okay. So I'm going to have to figure out how to change the language, which is going to be interesting. Once the USB stuff's in it, it's fine. It's just in this. But we'll figure that out in a little while. But yeah, you can do that. I also have a controller as well, which I think I can also do exactly the same thing with. It's got a receiver on that board. So we can do that from outside of the frame afterwards If anyone wants to help me translate this and find out where the English is, please feel free to do that. Let's get it back in. We know it works, and figure out what orientation we are going to put this in. Okay guys, so you'll see stuff everywhere, but I think I have a plan, and I've had to change my plan very slightly from beforehand. But basically, we are going to, I think, stick this to a piece of card on the bottom here and stick that there. We're going to then chop the bottom of this off, so there's access to the HDMI and the power lead, and then we'll then bend over the side. We might make some notches in here. If you want to put it on the wall, you'd have to make some notches just for the cable to come out. At this stage, I don't think I will, because we're just going to stand it up. But that is the option to be able to do that. Then I think from that stage, we are then going to make a slot up here for the power and LED. And that's all we really need out of the back. However, so this now is going to really sit right in line with the top. So we're going to have to find another way to fasten this to the back, which I don't think will be too difficult, because we could just screw in some tabs of wood or something made from that just to turn around and keep it in. But let's keep going. I'll show you what I come up with. Okay guys, so let me talk to you what I've done so far. So I've placed all these down, and I've placed an extra bit of cardboard just for the backing of this. And what I've done is I've attached the board and the buttons, which isn't the prettiest job in the world for the buttons, I will be honest with you, but as I said, I am no craftsman, using standoffs from my computer. This is actually quite spaced. I've had to use washers because the height of these plugs and stuff away. It's the only way. If I put the standoff on the other side, it raises it up too much. So this would not fit back on the back again. So it's all built now into the inside. So this bit is now pretty much done. The buttons, there's a hole for the buttons on the back. I've even done a little hole for the LED. And then it's actually attaching it to the inside. So that will go there. And I've just got to make some little tabs to push these down. So it is going to be right pushed out. The screen ain't going to go anywhere. And we've got access to the buttons from the inside. What I just need to figure out is, I think I'm still going to have to put some of the foam around the inside to space it out for when pressing the buttons and bits and pieces. Haven't quite finished yet, but we are very nearly there. I just need to put those tabs on, pad out so it works, and then I will come back and show you the final result. And there you go. We've done it. This is taking me an unbelievable amount of time, more than I thought I would have done. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. As I said, I'm the least craftiest person, but I wanted to give this a go. The back, I've managed to stay on with the original clips. The buttons are on show at the top. It's not the most perfect job in the world, but it's not meant to be. This is meant to be a DIY. This is the first one of these I've ever done. The LED light there, backlight, plug in the bottom, and then you have access to all of them under there as well. So HDMIs, etc. will come in from underneath. But there you go, guys. It works. I've just unplugged the cable by accident, but it also turns itself off after a waiting period. It's turning itself back on again now as it gets power. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, because this has been a very difficult one. This is probably one of the videos that has taken, not research, but problem solving. How to get the board in there without it shorting everything out, attaching it to the back in the end. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. It's not perfect, but from standing there on the edge like this, you're not going to know any different what the back looks like. You can still hang it on the wall as well. You may just want to make some notches out the back of this frame to feed cables through if you are hanging it flat on a wall. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. And guys, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Guys, go check out the merchandise. And if you want to support the channel even further, then do consider being a member. Hit that join button and come and join the family. And I will catch everyone in the next one.